Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Sunday. Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that you guys know that, based on the shirt, I am filming all these videos in the same day, but, I still gotta welcome each day in, respectively. So today, we are looking at the Big Rubber Guys Macho Man figure once again. So we did do a review on the Orange Trunks Macho Man figure back when we looked at the Series 4 release of the two different variants of Andre the Giant as well as the Macho Man figure. So at the time, Macho Man technically had two variants. He had the orange trunks with stars, but he also had a kind of like a green neon lime type of trunks as well. That was something that you would get at like a Comic-Con or something. I don't know, man. I don't go to no damn Comic-Cons. You will never see me at no Comic-Con. I don't know anything about that crap. I don't do that type of deal. That's not my cup of tea. And I don't use phrases like cup of tea, and that just sounds ridiculous. I think I've talked about in the past words and expressions that I don't like. Why don't I like them? I don't know. I just don't like the way they sound. Cup of tea. There's a difference if you're literally asking for a cup of tea, but oh god, I'm so stupid. Today, we're going back to the Series 4 release of Macho Man from Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, The Big Rubber Guys. 1989. I think it was around 1989. I think it was actually, this is more mid-1980s Macho Man as well. Do I have one up here? Yes, I do. So think about this. Hasbro. Series 1 Macho Man came out in 1990. So Macho Man wore the orange and orange trunks with stars for freaking years. That was always a very synonymous look with him. I think my buddy Kirk, he kind of pointed out a very important aspect. And I actually lost a lot of respect for a man like Ric Flair, because Ric Flair actually did rip off. And this is kind of like a side note. Kind of ripped off a lot of people. Like Macho Man would always come down the aisle in these long, lavish robes and whatnot, and then later on, you would always see Ric Flair come down the aisle in these long, lavish robes, and Ric Flair would always just be Ric Flair, and then you'd always hear like these guys with the nickname Nature Boy, and then suddenly one day Ric Flair started being referred to as Nature Boy. I don't know where the whole Woo thing came from. I always assumed that was a Ric Flair thing, and I can't see. I haven't been able to find if that was someone else that kind of had that that slogan, so to speak, before. But I kind of feel like that was somebody else's thing, but. I mean, that's just a couple examples, but I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? Figure 4 leg lock, bad example. I mean, a million people had a figure 4 leg lock as a finisher. That doesn't mean you're necessarily copying anybody, so I wouldn't use that as a good example. But the whole robe and taking on the moniker type of deal, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like. But, he was a very flashy character, both in ring and on the mic, so he was a beloved character for a reason. You may not like Ric Flair, but hey, you gotta respect the hell out of the man and his career, and his longevity, and how the hell many men are wrestling at age 70? Alright, enough of that, back to Randy Savage. So, Macho Man, again, the original release from the Big Rubber Guys. Anybody that ordered these figures got in the orange trunks, and I always talk about you got to get these guys as pre-order when they become available, because you're looking at a $50 figure. By time they come in and these are no longer available on the Big Rubber Guys website for order, you're only going to get these on Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, etc., and you're paying 2 times to 3 times what the others paid for it. And I always said, man, I don't like doing that. I don't like overcharging people for for stuff that I got for cheap or relatively cheap, right? So if I buy something, if I buy like 5 of these, hypothetically, I would never buy 5, but hypothetically, if I bought 5 of these, knowing that I was going to resell them for profit, $75. Okay. I know I'm going to make a profit on it, especially if I sell it on eBay. Out of $75, maybe I get $60 out of it, $10 profit. Okay, great. I'm not selling it for no $200, you know, but recently I've started doing that, selling it for much higher, only because I know that somebody is going to come in with an offer, and I'm going to work with them and offer them it for a lot less. I know other people aren't going to do that, so yeah, that's something to think about. I don't think other people are willing to do that, but that's just me. Which one is next? This one. Alright, so this one is called a WrestleCon exclusive. The lime green trunks. This one is actually my favorite. And he does not. He does not come with stars. And I didn't show it on this last one. So you show on the original orange release the first 4 series. Every time you get a new release in from that respective series, you're going to show both that current release as well as the previous series releases from the figure. But with the WrestleMania, the WrestleCon, not only are you showing the previous release, where are we at? Series 1, 2, and 3. 3 continuing down here, and then you got 4, right? You're even showing 5 and 6, and I think that is amazing. And Series 5 British Bulldogs hasn't even come out yet, so that's I love that. That is so awesome. And Series 6, they're only showing one version of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I actually bought both versions, both the regular version, and there's one where he's painted in American flag colors, so that's pretty awesome. So even without the stars, I actually would like the stars on there because it's more graphics, but still the way that it pops with that neon color scheme. And Jammers over here on YouTube, he actually made a good point, kind of looking at his magazine review recently. He said in the 1990s there was a lot of neon color schemes in a lot of the clothing and designs, and that really made the 90s pop a lot, essentially. And I'm like, you know what? That's a good point of view right there. That's brilliant. That's exactly how I would describe it with this respective look right here. So that's pretty awesome to get that in as well. So maybe a couple weeks ago, I purchased this figure. It's a current figure available on the website, and it's not something you got to pre-order, which is great, because we all know with Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, just like any of the other companies out there, Zombie Sailors, Hasbro Toys, etc., Epic Toys, you're waiting a year pretty much to get any of your orders in once you place the orders. And what sucks is they keep coming out with more and more pre-orders. So now you're placing more and more pre-orders, and you got like 10 pre-orders that you're waiting on, and they're coming out with more pre-orders. Like, dude, can I at least get one of my orders in before we come in with these next batches? It's mind-blowing. And I'm sure they're constantly getting, like, they're being bombarded with messages on a daily basis, like, hey, where and when are these packages going to be shipped? So frustrating. But if you are interested in this figure and you haven't been able to find either the green or even the orange online, get on their website right now. I'm sure it's still available. You can get yourself a pink trunks Macho Man. Now, the pink trunks does come with the stars, so I don't know if you necessarily have a preference as to which one you like more. I don't think it really matters. But whether you like pink trunks, let me take him out of here. It's not going to hurt anything. Macho Man. All the exact same figure. Incredible. There is a yeah, I think it was Big Rubber Guys that I saw that was probably coming out in later series. I don't know, like series 10 or something. I think it's kind of funny because you see Macho Man and it's a picture, basically a picture of him like this, where he's like dropping an elbow, and I'm like, how the heck are they gonna make a figure where he's like, it's got to be a legitimate statue because it's not just him, well, like somebody holding the figure as a pose. Something's got to be holding him up, right, where he's posing like that. I don't remember. I didn't save the picture, which sucks. I should have, because I haven't seen that photograph in a while. But it was pretty incredible. As a statue, it looks amazing. But if you're utilizing it if your intention is for a playable action figure or something, yeah, it's not going to serve any purpose. This is pretty fantastic. Great fighting pose. Kind of reminds me of like Outback Jack. Outback Jack has, yeah, he's got like his one arm up and everything, kind of like this, right? But it's still a really solid figure. Outback Jack is one of my favorite LJNs, and this is not that far off. I've never been a fan of the one finger up. Sergeant Slaughter from Hasbro always gets broken off, right? It seems like Vince McMahon from LJN gets broken off. It seems like Big Boss Man's finger from LJN gets broken off. So it's, I don't know, fingers, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, maybe Jim Neidhart or something. But it kind of makes sense. I mean, that's exactly what Macho Man does. You know, kind of points to the air type of deal before he drops the elbow. So, but pretty solid work nonetheless. We've already done the review of the Series 4 before, and I've already said I absolutely love the series. I thought the Andre, when I initially looked at the figure inside the package, I thought Andre looked so freaking weird. Like, the head was kind of like this, you know, like the shoulders were all back, but the head was like all pushed forward. I thought it was so stupid. I thought it was a terrible figure. And then I pulled it out of the package, I looked at it, I'm like, no, this is actually pretty fantastic. So, the Andre and Macho Man from Series 4 was pretty awesome. Getting 2 variants from Andre was nice. Getting 3 variants from Macho Man. I don't think any of these figures necessarily required to have variations. Giving different color schemes, I guess it gives people the opportunity to choose their favorite color. But when it comes to geniuses like me, who are obsessed and have to have every variant to keep the collection perfect or keep the collection at 100%, it's expensive. And I think these companies know that people like me exist that have OCD, and I don't know, I don't think it's right in that regard. So you're like kind of forcing. People can say, "Hey, you could take responsibility for your own finances." Absolutely agree. True that. No argument for me on that regard, on that front. But my mindset won't let me get away with that. It's fine. I'm not dying right now to the point where I'm so financially strapped for paying an extra $50, whatever is going to kill me. So it is what it is, and having some variations, it's nice. I'm able to make a video like this for the viewers, and it gives you guys something additional to look at. So I'm okay with that. And yeah. So today's Sunday. For the upcoming week, I don't have any plans. If I do put out any content this week, as of right now, I'm thinking I might start looking at the magazines. Kind of do what I did with the biography booklets. I do want to look at the magazines page by page, kind of like scrolling through the page. I'm not going to sit there and read any articles or anything. I might read off a headline or two or something. Or if there is like a paragraph that kind of stands out or something, maybe I'll touch on that, or a caption or something. But the idea when I got through the biographies was to see how well they did. If they did well, then yes, the magazines would have become a staple of the channel, and I want to keep everything in order. That's what's going to drive me nuts. Because if I want to start in 1984, then I want to have all of January through December of 84, right? I don't want to just start, let's say, July of 1984, and then go to like October of 84, and then March of 85, and then September of 85. I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm going to have to if I want to make the videos, but... And then what's going to happen, I'm going to do like all of 1990, and I'm going to miss like, let's say, October of 1990. And then like right after I post the video, I'm going to end up buying that magazine. And I'm going to be on like November 1993, and I'm going to go back and make that November or October 90 magazine review video. You guys see how my mind works. How it spins and thinks about every minute detail. So it's kind of crazy. Trust me, a lot of when I'm not sitting in front of the camera and I'm just like sitting on the couch, sitting at a kitchen table or something, or a dining room table, and I'm just kind of like thinking, looking into space or something. Trust me, there are a lot of intricate details going through my mind that I'm thinking about as I plan for different videos to make or how I want to proceed. So when I buy stuff, it's not just simply buy it for a collection, or, you know, I buy things for a reason. And I might rush and buy things. You know, I'm not just slowly building collections over time. I might build that collection extremely fast because I want to put these videos out for you guys. So, yeah. But outside of magazine reviews, I don't know if there's anything else I'm really planning. No discussion videos. You laugh, you lose video, maybe. I might put out one or two this week, possibly. Any major, like, real chat, discussion type videos, I don't know. Last several I made, haven't really done anything. Like I said, a lot of my videos recently have been getting like 20 views, and I'm like, I'm almost feeling like I just want to kind of like delete it. Like, if there's no interest, there's no point of keeping it up. So, but then I don't want to do that because, hey, I put the time and effort in creating that video, right? So, oh, I don't know, guys. I always recommend, if you guys have topics of discussion that you're interested in, you know, always hit me up. Hey, how about this topic? That's fine. I'm always willing to hear advice and referrals. One of the things I thought about last night, or last night sounds about right. This year's LJN tournament. Now, I've already said I kind of messed up in 2022 because I made 2 of them. Initially, when I first created the channel, I created the channel because I wanted to make my favorite LJN tournament. And considering it was the first time I ever made videos, I think it was somewhat successful. I mean, it was okay. But I was in a darkened room, and I moved up to the dining room, and I didn't really have the backdrop I wanted. So there was so at the end of the year, I decided to redo the tournament, and it did kind of carry over into January 2023. So I kind of consider that secondary tournament to be my 2023 redo, or part 2. So in 2024, I haven't done a part 3 yet. At this point, I probably have over 300 LJNs. And the more LJNs I have, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to have more rounds. It just means I'm going to have more videos. Whether I have 150 figures or 300 figures, I'm still probably going to have like 7 rounds, but I'm going to have like, it's going to jump from like 25 videos to like 50 videos or something like that. So instead of doing like on my favorite tournament, I could just simply say, hey, let me choose 128 figures. Maybe 64 original, 64 custom, or maybe 40 original and 84 or 88 custom, or something like that, and choose my absolute favorite figures, the ones that I feel like have the best opportunity for victory type of deal. You know, that might be an interesting idea. It'll make the videos a lot less and a lot more fun for me, because I'm gonna bypass a lot of the easy matches that aren't gonna make any sense. This is a question for you guys. I really got to get your opinion on it. Um, if you guys want to see another LJN tournament this year, please let me know, because if I do get enough support for it, I'll definitely make one. If not, I won't put that strain on you guys. The My Favorite Galoob tournament. Once I get my next batch of customs in for the Galoob figures, I will definitely. That is my next tournament. I definitely would love to have that done. And I kind of feel like the Galoob tournament is going to be right up there with the My Favorite Remco tournament. I feel like the Remcos were very surprisingly one of my favorite tournaments to make. And I had no idea at how good a lot of those Remcos were going to be, and how much enjoyment I had making those. So yeah, I kind of I'm very eager to start that tournament as soon as I can. So that's gonna be a big show, I guess, when the time comes. So we're in August, and let's say the package arrives within the next couple months. So yeah, we can expect that probably around September, October, maybe. Hopefully sooner, but we'll see what happens. Now, if it's getting to like late in the year, like November time, let's say, do I want to run 2 tournaments simultaneously? Let's say Mondays and Fridays or LJN. Let's say Wednesdays and Saturdays or Galoob type of thing. I don't know. I feel like that's going to confuse a lot of people. Again, all of the little mechanisms that are running through my brain as I kind of ponder these ideas. Alright guys, that will be it for this video. Nothing else to discuss, I don't think. So as of right now, that will be the last I have to say for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, thank you for listening to me blundering at the end. I have a habit of going off on these little tangents. Sorry. Talk to you guys in the comments, and see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.